Let's get it poppin', it's the prophet Zamar. Elohim and Yahweh told me, wake up my people, it's almost over. In the synagogue.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Elder Minister Marshall, and to my left.
I'm Officer Arya Allah.
Right, we're here tonight on the Shabbat. It's 10:40. We're here. We're going to bring out some scriptures tonight concerning being friendship, biblical friendship. A lot of times people like to use that word, oh, this is my friend. They like to use it very loosely. So now we're going to go into the scriptures concerning friendship. I know a lot of times, you know, growing up, as soon as we meet the person, like we just credit them, like, yo, this is my friend. Oh, this is my dog. Oh, we real close. But, you know, the scriptures say to prove a friend. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to know him. You know, how you going to know that's your friend if you don't get to know this person and who he is? And for you to be a friend of someone, you must find yourself to be friendly. Because there's a lot of people out there that are really not friendly, right? And that's why they say, well, you know, I don't have no friends. Or you hear females say, I don't have no friends, you know, because they be trifling, right? Right? And some of the men too. I don't have no friends. I don't have nobody that I be talking to or anything. That's because, you know, a lot of times people that are not friendly, they be trifling, man. They be doing evil stuff behind closed doors. You know what I mean? And they can't be trusted. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of times they don't have friends. But we're going to go into some scriptures today concerning being a friend and being a biblical friend. And having that friendship being governed by the commandments of God. Our friendship must be governed by that. Our love for one another, love between man and wife, must be governed by the commandments of God. A love between brothers and sisters must be governed by the commandments of God. All these things must be governed by the commandments of God. But we're going to start out with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Let's open up the word of Yah.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Okay.
And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Hashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Abba by him.
Right, so you know whatever we do, out of our mouth, word or deed, we do all by Hashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. Always giving thanks to Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. By Hashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. So let's look at Romans. Let's look at Romans 15 verse 4. Let's go into the scriptures, okay? Let's go into the scriptures. Romans 15 verse 4.
God.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Right.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime,
right,
were written for our learning.
They were written for what?
For our learning. Right.
The things that are written aforetime, really, they were written for our learning. So we have to search the scriptures on the things that were written aforetime, so that we can be learned. Okay, so that we can know how to better deal with one another. Okay, go ahead.
That we through patience.
We through what?
Through patience.
This is a problem in Israel. Patience. You know, our people lack patience. And the scriptures say, in your patience possess ye your soul. Okay, you got to be patient, man, or you'll lose your soul. Go ahead.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures,
right,
might have hope.
Right, that we might have hope. What do we hope? That we be saved, our salvation. That Yahweh shall come and deliver us out of this wicked and evil kingdom. Okay? Alright, so the topic tonight, like I mentioned earlier, is biblical friendship. A lot of times people, they use that word loosely. Oh, that's my friend. That's my dog. That's my peoples over there. Are they really your friend? Right? Because of something happened and you do some crime or something, they offer $5,000. Crime Stoppers. You're going to find out who your real friends are. When you locked up, no cats is rolling down the block in a new ride, huh? Go figure. Hey, you do something evil, man, you know, the Most High can bring you to judgment. So we don't want to do that. So let's jump right to it. So let's look at Isaiah. Let's look at the prophet Isaiah. 8 and 20. Let's get 8 and 20.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
to the law and to the testimony,
right,
if they speak not according to this word,
right,
it is because there is no light in them.
right. So he said to the law and to the testimony, right? If they speak not according to this word, it means there's no light in them. The law and the testimony must be in your speech, okay? All right, it must be in you when you're teaching His word, when you're interacting with your friends, okay? We gotta be out of the law and of the testimony of our patriarchs, okay? Let's look at Isaiah 41. Jump to 41. Stay in the book of Isaiah. Let's look at 41
Okay.
and 6.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 6.
Right?
They helped every one his neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
and every one said to his brother, be of good courage.
Right?
So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering. And he fastened it with nails, that it should not be moved.
Right?
But thou, Israel, art my servant.
Thou Israel is what?
Art my servant.
Thou Israel is my servant. Read.
Jacob, whom I have chosen,
Mm-hmm.
the seed of Abraham, my friend.
Right, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Because the Most High is what? He's saying that Israel is His friend, and He shaped him and molded him. That word advil, right? It means to. It's like a heavy iron block, right, with a smooth surface, and they use the heat up. And what they do is they shape it into whatever they desire for the shape to look like, right? So they heat it up and melt it and shape it out. So that's the Most High's hands molding the children of Israel together. He said that what? He said that we are the seed. He said, but thou, Israel, are my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen. The seed of Abraham is my friend. Okay? We are friends with the Most High. If we do what? If we do His will, we become His friend. But if you do evil and wicked, then the Most High, He doesn't want to see you. So He covers His eyes. Let's look at Exodus. Okay? Let's look at Exodus. Let's go back into the Torah. All right, let's look at Exodus 33. And 5.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 33 and verse 5.
Read.
For the Most High has said unto Moses,
What did He say to Moses?
say unto the children of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
ye are a stiff-necked people. I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment, and consume thee. Therefore now put off thy ornaments from
Right.
thee,
Mm-hmm.
that I may know what to do unto thee.
Right, so the Most High is angry with Israel at this point, and He wants to come down and consume the nation, take us out. He could do it just snap of a finger and just take the whole nation out. It's Moses who plead for us day in and day out, and set up the oblations and the sacrifices to beg the Most High not to kill us. Through the spirit of Yah, Moses had that spirit on him that he loved the nation, and he wanted to save us from destruction. Okay, read on.
Verse 6. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by Mount Horeb.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right.
And it came to pass that every one which sought the Most High went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when Moses went out unto the tabernacle, that all the people rose up and stood every man at his tent door, and looked after Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle. And it came to pass, as Moses entered into the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle.
Okay.
And the Most High talked with Moses.
And Most High did what?
Talked with Moses.
He said the Most High came and talked with Moses. Right? So this guy, so these people now, you know, they gang-singing against Moses. The Most High ready to take these jokers out, you know what I mean, for their foolishness, right? But he said, let me come down and speak to what? The mediator, right? Because he's the mediator between the Most High and the children of Israel. He's the one that the Most High giving the instructions to, Moses, and Moses go ahead and just give it to the people and warn them and tell them they need to keep the commandments. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 10.
Go ahead.
And all the people saw the cloudy pillar.
Right, they saw the cloudy pillar, and what happened?
Stand at the tabernacle door. And all the people rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door.
Right. They seen that tabernacle, they seen that cloud. They said, uh-oh, Big Daddy's here. Yeah. There's a problem now, right? You know, he come and talk to Moses. Go ahead.
And the Most High spake unto Moses face to face.
He did what?
Spake unto Moses face to face.
Read.
As a man speaketh unto his friend.
As a man speaketh unto what?
Speaketh unto his friend.
Can you believe that? The Most High say he come and speak to Moses as, he speak to him as his friend. That means, what is he saying? That he speaks to him direct, right? Okay, read on.
And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle.
So hold that right there. I want to go speak on the friend. He said he spake unto Moses face to face as a man speaketh unto his friend. Okay, we got to look at how the Most High is dealing with Moses. He's speaking to him as face to face like a friend, not like how he dealt with the prophets and some of the other prophets and some of the other kings, how he spoke to them in what is similar to in a dream and when men sleep. Let's get that out of Job. Let's get that out of Job real quick. Before me for a second. Verse. I don't remember exactly. What was that? When he say he spoke to them. You got it up? Okay, give me a second. I think it's 33. And 14. Come. Read that.
This is the book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once.
Right, so the Most High speaketh once. Go ahead.
Yet, twice.
Twice, go ahead.
Yet man perceiveth not.
Right, the Most High speaketh once, twice, man, they don't get it. Go ahead.
In a dream.
In a what?
In a dream.
Read.
In a vision of the night.
In a vision of the night, read.
When deep sleep falleth upon men.
Right.
And slumberings upon the bed.
Read on.
Then he openeth the ears of men.
Then the Most High openeth up the ears of men, read.
And sealeth their instruction.
And sealeth what?
Their instruction.
Right, go ahead.
That he may withdraw from his purpose and hide pride from man.
Right, stop right there. So the Most High, put these men when they go to sleep. He is sealed in their dream, in a vision, right? In the slumbers of their sleep. He opened up the ears and he dropped jewels in their spirit, in their mind, and give them instructions what they should be doing. But he didn't talk to Moses like that. He didn't put Moses to sleep. Sleep, Moses. I'm going to come and talk. He didn't do that. He was direct with him like a friend. Hey, listen, Ariel, I need you to go over there in the room and fix something on the computer and fix this and fix that. You know what I'm saying? He spoke to him like how I'm speaking to you right now, face to face, as if he spoke to his friend. Okay, get Numbers now, 12 and 8. Okay, so it's showing you that what with the prophets and other men, that he sealed their instruction when they were what? Sleeping. Okay. Numbers 12 and 8. Read that.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 12 and verse 8.
Read.
With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
With him he will do what?
Speak mouth to mouth.
Right. Read on.
Even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Mm-hmm.
And the similitude of the Most High shall he behold.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Right. Was you not afraid to speak against his servant Moses? Like, he's a guy, the power of the universe speaks to the leader of the people as his friend. Wouldn't you be afraid to talk to this guy? Because what people don't understand is that if you're speaking against Moses, right? Moses can turn around and say, you know, this guy is not doing well over here. He's in transgression. I try to correct him. He doing, or he not listen to you. You're gonna make an example out of you, right? Right? Because you're talking to his friend. He's talking to the person that you directly have to talk to the children of Israel and give them instruction what they need to do, right? And you look at him and you speak to him as he's your friend, and now you're gangsaying against the Most High's friend. Something is wrong with that. I don't think our people are really looking at this thing. You know what I mean?
And not to downplay it, but even in the world,
right?
You don't do that. You know, you don't do that against. You don't speak against somebody who has, you know what I mean, a friend that's well known for this or well known for that.
Yeah, right, right. You don't do that, right? So even in the world, being wicked all outdoors, you don't do that. So in the righteous, you already know, and the Most High is the highest power. There's no other power. There is no other power but Yahweh. Okay, so he said that he spoke to him face to face, and not in similitudes, but he gave him the instruction what he told the children of Israel. And you have the nerve to speak against the servant Moses. Read on.
Verse 9. Mm-hmm. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, mm-hmm. and he departed.
Right, so he was kindled against the people because they were murmuring. Right, so going back into Miriam, and Miriam thinking that the Most High dealing with her, and she could deal with things. You know what I'm saying? She could tell the people what to do. No, it don't work like that. Okay, the Most High chose Moses to do the work. Okay, all right. So he had to tell the children of Israel that, you know, this is what you should be doing. You should be keeping the law and statute commandments. You should be obeying the word of Yah. And when the people spoke against him, he was like, yo, you speaking to him like he's a nobody. Right? Remember, you know, he went up to the mountain, he was gone too long. Where is this Moses? Like he's some joker or something, like some cat that's just running around, you right?
Yeah.
Come on, how you gonna speak about the man of the Most High who stood there and the Most High speak to him face to face as a friend, and you speak and you gangsang against him? That's wicked, right? So, let's get St. John. No, hold on. Go back to Exodus 35. And where do we leave off at? I'm sorry, it was 33. Sorry. Oh, we left off at 11. Read that again.
It's the book of Exodus chapter 33 verse 11. And the Most High spake unto Moses face to face, mm-hmm. as a man speaketh unto his friend.
Right.
And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle.
Right. So Joshua, you know, he always had that spirit on him. You know, of course, always obeyed the Most High. He was righteous from the time that he came up on the scene all the way to his death. Right? That's when he was the one that took over and led the children of Israel into the land flowing with milk and honey. Because it was Joshua and Caleb. Joshua, you know, was a righteous man. Okay? So he did what the will of Yah. So let's look at Proverbs 18 verse 24. Okay? Let's look at Proverbs. Just showing you that the friendship of the Most High, you know what I mean, with Moses. That, you know, he looked upon Moses, he looked upon Abraham, he looked upon all these guys and called them his friend. He spoke to them.
God.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs.
18:24.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 24.
Read.
A man that hath friends,
right,
must show himself friendly.
See, that's what we were just talking about earlier today. A man that has friends, right? Now, it says man here, right? But we know, well, I'm not going to say everybody knows. But when we are reading the Bible and it says man, it doesn't necessarily mean just talking about the male species, right? This is mankind, okay? Meaning speaking that this is man, this is woman, okay? So it says a man that have friends must show himself friendly. A lot of times you see a lot of people, they'll say, you know, as men, they say, I don't have many friends. I have what they call associates, right? You hear people say that. I have associates, or I have these people over here. These are my peoples, but they don't like refer to them as friends because they know that what secretly, you know, they be doing some stuff on the side and being wicked. They don't want to be obligated to be this person's friend because why? You would have to be friendly, and if something happened to your friend, you would need to say, yo, your friend call you, and he's saying, yo, I got a flat tire. You see him calling, I don't know what this guy want. You know them people? And then they look at the phone, they see it's you. Nah. Right? And they go on doing they playing a video game or they talking about something. And then you text them and tell them, yeah, man, I got a flat tire. I'm not too far from your house. Can you come help me out? Here you go on the phone. Oh, you see the text. And he put his phone down. He don't want to see. Right? Because these people are not friendly. Okay? A lot of people are like that. People call you on the phone. That's a sure sign of this person's not your friend. That they call you not only in a time of need, but just call you to check up on you. Yo, how you doing? And they just ignore your call or send you to the voicemail. Right? And they're not doing nothing. They're just sitting up there just playing a video game or watching TV. Nah, I don't feel like being bothered. You know what I mean? Pick up the phone. The brother could be on his last breath. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Okay? It said a man that have friends must show himself friendly. Another thing is women. Because women like to say, well, you know, a lot of women say, I don't have no friends. Right? And they be like, nah. Because first thing they thinking about, if they got a man, I don't want my friends around my man. Because, you know, they're gonna try to steal my man. Man stealers, right? You know? Or they trifling. Right? They don't want to be around nobody because they know if they're around somebody and they feel like the girl not treating the guy right, she gonna go jump on that guy. And then they're not being like serious with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like women look at each other, and other women, they'll get dressed up and they'll be going out to the club, and the girl get dressed and she be like, well, how I look? Oh girl, you look good. And she looked terrible. Right? As long as you looking good, that's all that matters. Yeah. You're not being friendly. Okay? yeah, that match? Yeah, right. That don't match. That doesn't match. Blonde wig on a Negro don't look good, right? So, I mean, why not just be truthful with your friend? Because you guys are close friends. And your friendship should be governed by the commandments of God. If they are governed by the commandments of God, then you should be honest with your friend. Because the scriptures say we should walk honest with one another. Right? If you put on something and in the shirt area, you my friend. You put on a shirt and it's too tight, or you come out here with a peach shirt on and it's tight. I'm looking like, where you going with that, huh? You ain't going with me, but you going. You must be going with Jose and them down over there to the club. You ain't going with me just like that. La'ah. I'm going to say no in the Hebrew. La'ah. Because you are my friend, and I want you to look good, just as good as I do when we go out. You know, we should look good together. I should look out for you. You should look out for me. You know, because we're friendly. That's the way it should be. If you're friendly, then you're going to find yourself with good friends. But if you're not friendly, you can forget about it. You're going to be a loner. And the scripture said we're going to go into that, being alone. You shouldn't be alone. Read that again from the top.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24.
Read that.
A man that hath friends must show himself friendly.
Read.
And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
Right. So there's friends. I have a friend that is closer to me than my own brother. You know what I mean? So we have friends in our life. They could become so close to us that they'd be like family. They'd be like, yo, what's going on? You come and stay with me? Oh, you need a key? Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Come in the house, food is yours, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Because you have that friendship. You're not worrying about if you go to sleep, your friend gonna go in your wallet. Right? Because your friendship is governed by the commandments of God. If I fall asleep and I got $1,000 in my wallet, you go in there and say, well, I'm gonna take $100 out, I need gas. Right? You're not gonna do that. Because you know that if you steal from me, you breaking the commandments. And then if you break the commandments, what does scripture say? Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. So when you love your brother or you love your neighbor, right, you will not do no ill to him. So if somebody's calling you their friend and they're saying, yo, you my friend, you my dog, but then behind your back, they stealing from you. They're trying to get at your woman. They're always trying to take your car, borrow stuff, don't give it back. These people are not your friend. They're a friend for the occasion. We're going to get that too, you know what I mean? These are friends that are around you when you have substance. Okay? So we don't need those kind of friends. With friends like that, who needs enemies? You know what I mean? So we talking about, you know, being friends. One that close to you. And you shouldn't be alone. Get Ecclesiastes 4:9, the scripture we spoke about earlier, right? People talking about, well, I'm a loner. What does that mean? You're a loner. You shouldn't be alone. Why are you alone? Is it because you can't be friendly? Is it because you trifling? You know what I mean? You what do they say? Real gangsters move in silence, right? You should be gangster to the Most High.
And the book of Hebrews and also Psalms speaks against, being alone. You should be cheerfully when you're amongst your brothers.
Right. Read that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9.
Read on.
2 are better than 1.
What? What is it again?
2 are better than 1.
Right. Don't they always say 2 heads are better than 1? Right? Right? Esau saying the word commercials, 2 heads are better than 1, meaning 2 minds that are thinking alike, one accord, right? Righteousness. 2 heads are better than 1. He said 2 are better than 1. Read.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
Read on.
For if they fall,
right,
the one will lift up his fellow.
Right. So if you fall down, somebody's there to pick you up. A situation happened, you're going through some tribulation, right? Some poverty, anything could happen. You could be there for your friend and say, yo, I got you. Hold this down. Give it to me when you got it. Okay? Go ahead.
But woe unto him that is alone when he falleth.
Right. Go ahead.
For he hath not another to help him up.
Right. If you fall down, who's going to help you up? If you say, well, I don't need nobody. But the scripture says, whoa, that's destruction onto you. You don't have nobody there to help you out. And be a sincere friend. Read on.
Verse 12.
Verse 11.
Again, if 2 lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? Right. You stuck somewhere, right? Your car break down, you frozen, you know what I mean? You know, the brothers, they could, come for you. Hold on, I got another jacket. I can, you know what I mean? You hold this down, I got a sweater. Somebody's there for you to help you be warm. 2 come together. Yo, we can somehow heat each other up. You know what I mean? Not you just
oh, I'm alone, I run alone, I don't have nobody. That's not the spirit of you have nobody. You have a whole nation. You are part of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Con.
We all cousins. How we can't be friends if we family?
Con.
That's a crying shame. Our forefathers were brothers. That means, each one of us had an uncle. I had Uncle Shemaiah. You know what I mean? You had Uncle Gadite, right? So it is what it is. We all cousins. So why can't we be friendly to each other? Because, you know why? Because a lot of times in our spirit, we got a lot of things going on that is evil. We need to get the evil out of our spirit. We need to stop being wicked and be righteous, like the class before this one. Stop being wicked and be righteous. You know what I mean? So that way we can be together and be friends. But Yahushua said it best. Let's get what he said. So let's get St. John 15 and 13. All right, let's go to our Savior. You know what I mean? Because what? He laid down his life for us.
God.
Right? So that what? So that we can have what? Repentance. Okay? Go ahead.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Greater love hath no man than this.
Right? Greater love have no man than this. Than what? Read.
That a man laid down his life for his friends.
Right?
Ye are my friends.
Ye are my what?
Ye are my friends.
Yahushua is telling us that we are his friends, the children of Israel. We are his friends. If Yahushua is saying that we his friends and he laid down his life for us, why are we not giving that same energy to our friend right here in the flesh that's standing right next to us, sitting right next to us? Our brother and sister that's sit amongst the congregation. We sit next to each other. It should never be an issue between one another, because the scriptures say admonish one another. It says greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. 14, read.
Ye are my friends.
Ye are my what?
Ye are my friends.
Ye are my friends, read.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
You see that? Most High said, we are his friend if we keep the commandments. We're his friend. He's going to look out for us. He's going to preserve us alive. Okay? But if we be wicked, what's going to happen? Right? He's gonna turn his back from us. He's going to separate himself from us. So we want to be friends with Yahushua. We want to be friends. Okay? So we have to find ourselves to be friendly for us to be friends. Basically. And a lot of times we're not friendly, and a lot of times we don't want to be, I hear people say, well, don't judge me. Right? And they may tell someone they call a friend, don't judge me. And you tell the friend the situation you're going to. The friend need to judge you. He need to judge the matter.
Con.
That's your friend, because he's going to tell you what's right for you. Say, nah, brother, don't move in that spirit. Don't move there, because that's not going to be good for you. You know what I mean? So, you could drop that. Give me Ephesians 5. Let's look at Ephesians 5. Okay? So, back to as we stay as a friendship, it's very hard to find a friend, man. The scriptures say we got to prove a friend. And we're going to get that. We got to prove the friend. Okay? You can't just discredit somebody as being a friend overnight. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen. Okay? 5 and 11.
Con. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 11.
Okay.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Hold on a second. Go up to I can start at the beginning, but I don't want to go that far. Let's look at 6.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 6.
Right.
Let no man deceive you with vain words.
Right. He's supposed to be your friend, He should not be trying to deceive you with vain words, with words that are worthless. Okay, go ahead.
For because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of
You
disobedience.
see that? You being disobedient to the Most High, the wrath is going to come upon you. He just said that he laid down his life for you, and if he'll be your friend if you keep the commandments. Okay, go ahead.
Be not ye therefore partakers with them.
Right. Be not partakers with these people. Read on.
For ye were sometimes darkness, but are now ye light in the Most High.
Right. We were sometimes, at one point, we were in darkness. We were in ignorance. Okay, we were ignorant of the word of the Most High. Didn't know who we were. We out there in the street hustling, bustling, conniving, sneaky, getting over on people, robbing, stealing. Okay, we were in darkness, but now what? We in the light now. Okay, we saw the light at the end of the tunnel and decided to walk in that direction. And the light is what? To follow Hamashiach Yahushua. The light is what? The law and statute commandments. Read on that.
Walk as children of light.
Right, walk as the children of light. Walk in righteousness. Okay? That's what the children of light walk to. They walk in righteousness. Read on.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth.
Right, we got to be truthful with one another. The fruit of the Spirit is to be truthful and righteous with one another. Read on.
Proving what is acceptable unto the Most High.
Read on.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
Right, he said have no fellowship, right? Meaning that, don't be associated with these people like that. Okay, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. We shouldn't do that. Those people that are being ignorant, those people that are being out there all outdoors just being wicked and being evil. He said have no fellowship with them, but rather reprove them. We should correct them. This is what you're doing is off. It's wicked. You shouldn't be like this, man. Go ahead.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
He says it's a shame to even speak of those things that are done them with secret. A lot of times they do things and and they keep it a secret and say, oh yeah, remember, I don't know if you know, but I did this, that, boom, boom, boom. And then you're like, wait a minute. That's off. You know what I mean? And then a lot of times our people, we go and regurgitate it. We'll take it in when somebody told us a secret and it was evil, and we go out and spread it to everybody. Yo, you heard what's the name did? Hey. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do that. It's evil because all it does is just bring people's spirit up and like, oh snap, he did that, I could do that too. I can lay down with the mother and the daughter. Okay? Now, this is what a lot of times our people do. It's not right for a man to take a woman, right? And her mother. Okay, that's an evil thing to do, the Most High said. Okay, so for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. Read on.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light.
Right, all things that are proved, corrected, are manifest by what? By the light, because we show the light. The light is the commandments. Right, they are corrected by the commandments of God. You say, oh no, you can't do that. You can't take the mother and the daughter. Just use that as an example. You can't take the mother and the daughter. That, according to Torah, you cannot do that. That's evil. Okay? So all things are corrected by the manifest of the light. Light is the law. Read.
For whatsoever doeth make manifest is light.
Right. We make it clear, crystal clear, that this is the correct way to do things. Not like that. Okay? So we have to make sure that we are correcting what is wrong and not just, being a dictator. We got to correct this thing. Our people are being wicked, they're being off, you got to tell them. That's not being a good friend. If you're supposed to be friends with one another, you got to be good with one another. You got to find yourself friendly. I keep saying it. The scriptures say it, not me. Okay? So now, let's get Proverbs. Because it's talking about the light. Let's look at 6:23. Okay, what light is it that manifests that they're talking about? What light are we putting this where we are proving, where we are correcting? When we correct something, we correct it according to the light. What is that light? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
Right.
And the law is light.
And the law is light. Read on.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
Right, reproof and instruction. The commandment gives you all those things. The reproof, the correction, the instruction. It's the light. Okay, that's the commandment. It's the lamp. If you turn the light off, what happens? Darkness comes. You're in darkness, so you're not in the light. So you must walk in the light, as the scriptures say. Give me Proverbs 14 and 20.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 20. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor.
Read it again.
The poor is hated even of his own neighbor.
Right, the poor, misfortunate, they hate it from your own neighbor, your own brother. Read on.
But the rich have many friends.
But the rich have what?
Have many friends.
Ain't that something? The rich got many friends. The scriptures talk about that. When the rich fall, they're there to pick each other up. But when the poor fall, later for that joker. Right? I actually had that written down. I think that was 33:14 Sirach. Hold on. This is yeah. No, it wasn't 33:14 or something. I had it written down for something else, but it's it's 13. Yeah. Get 13. Get I'm sorry. Yeah, 13 and start at 17.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Right.
So the sinner with the godly.
Read on.
What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Right. What peace between the rich and the poor? So there is no peace between the one and the two. Right? The rich eat up the poor. Okay? Jump down to 21.
Verse 21. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends.
Say it again.
A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends.
Right. You rich, you fall down, you held up your friends. Was it Michael Jackson one time? I think he went broke. One of that, and then Diana Ross said, well, Michael, you need money? Here's $10 million. You know what I mean? Right? You know, here comes somebody else. Hey, here's $5 million. Hey, here's 20 million. Right? I'll fall down. Hey, Mike, can I get $10? You know what I mean? Can I get 10,000? Right? Something. Okay. When he said when the rich fall, read that again.
A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends.
Okay.
But a poor man,
read,
being down is a thrust also away by his friends.
Right. Poor man, he fall down. He looking at him like, man, get out of here, man. Right? Get out of here, man. Right? But the rich, that's why they stay rich. Because they always help each other. Somebody go broke, somebody going low on the bread, somebody hit you off, they give you a loan. Right? They give you something to get you by. Okay? But the poor man ain't trying to hear that. So that's what the scriptures talk about. You know, we should be, so the poor is hated even of his own neighbor. We're going back to the Proverbs, right? 14 and 20. The poor is hated of his own neighbor. But the rich have many friends. Right? They have many friends. They help each other out. Give me Proverbs 19 and 4. Go over a few scriptures. Book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 4. Okay?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 4. Wealth maketh many friends.
Say that again now.
Wealth maketh many friends.
Come on now. Wealth maketh many friends. You know, these guys, I don't remember the two. It's like one of the two richest guys in the world. One buys a property on a beachfront. right? I'm gonna put it like a this is the book. He buy this property here, rich. He buys this property, right? So now he has another property that's in the middle, that's here, okay? And then another one of his friends buy a property here, okay? So he looking to say he got two of his friends here, and this is just somebody who got money. He goes and he said, well, I don't want to be close to my friends. So this guy didn't even have the house for sale. That's how these people are so evil. He go over to tell the guy and covet the man's house. The scriptures say, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. But then, you see, the law don't apply to Esau. He do what he want to do. You understand what I'm saying? He come in the middle and buy this guy out. So that way he can be between these two guys. Right? And he bought, not only he bought that, but he bought the, the little house that was next to it. He bought the whole beach the whole thing. That nobody can have no neighbors but the two friends that he got there. So I guess when they get down there and they finish making business deals, stealing from the poor, and they make $1 billion, they say, hey, let's meet up over here and have the toga party. Right? And that's what Esau does. He does these Roman, evil Roman parties, like toga parties and beach parties, and everybody is topless and naked and drunk. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they do, and they call themselves as being above everyone else, right? They rule this earth. We're being ruled by a wicked generation. Okay? Not only that, but they are also, the Most High called them children. Okay? He called them a foolish nation. A foolish nation. That's what they are. Okay? So we're not going to get into that. That's another class. But I'm just showing you how the rich, how they think. You know what I mean? So it says, wealth maketh friends. Read.
Wealth maketh many friends.
Many friends. But what?
But the poor is separated from his neighbor.
That's a crying shame. He said, when you get poor, nobody want to be around you. Oh, damn. Look at him. He hurt. He going to ask me for $20. I don't want to give him no money again. Yeah, people think that because you're poor now or something happened to you, you fell down. Not to even think that we are all the same people. We are all part of the 12 tribe nation Israel, that you would think that, yo, let me help you out. What can I do to better your life, help you out? You know what I'm saying? They think to say, oh, no, I don't want him near me because he's going to ask me for what I got. You know what I mean? But you should be trying to share whatever your wealth is or your success. Maybe put him on. If I pick a stock that I know is making a lot of money, you know what? Let me put it in your name. Put some money in there. Hold that down. Right? If I got something with a Bitcoin or something, I'm like, yo, this thing is going up. Let me go put 500 in Ariel's name and yo, hold that down. I know you need the money, but hold on to this for a minute and see if it grow. If it grow, you might reach, who knows, 5,000. You right? Take the money out and use it, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But try to be a friend to your friend. You shouldn't be separated from him when he's at a poor state. That's terrible, man. But that's what our people do, man. It's a crying shame, man. All we can do is pray that the Most High come redeem us out of this captivity. Read on now. Verse 5.
Verse 5. A false witness shall not be unpunished.
Read that again.
A false witness shall not be unpunished.
Right. A false witness shall not be unpunished. Right? Read on.
And he that speaketh lies shall not escape.
Right. We should not speak of lies. You're not going to escape. And a false witness, you finish. You bear false witness. Most High said, no, that's breaking the commandments, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts.
You see that? Every man said, oh man, you know what? This is my dog right here. Yeah, he be looking out. He got me a nice shirt. He bought me this. You know, he bought a radio for my car. He did this with me. That's my dog right there. You know what I mean? So a lot of times people are a friend to you because you well off. You know what I mean? And you should be you should be friends with your brother, or friends with your cousin, or friends with whoever you're friends with. You should be friends with them whether they're poor or rich. It doesn't matter. You know, your status does not determine your friendship. Okay? That should never determine your friendship. Give me Proverbs 12 and 26. Book of Proverbs chapter 12 verse 26.
God. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Right. So the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor. Read on.
But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Right. So when we labor in the word, the labor of love and keeping the commandments, you know that the wicked is after us, man. The wicked is on our tail, man. We got to remember that no matter what, somebody's always going to come into your life and they're going to try to spin the pot, They're going to try to stir the pot up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You don't let them get you off your rocker. No matter what you do, you're not going to affect what I'm doing. I'm going to do my job because this is what the Most High has put in my spirit and woke me up to do. Okay? And that's the spirit you got to take because they're coming after you. Whether it be male or female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So it says the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. So they'll try to seduce you and to get you into all kind of madness, right? Celebrating the 4th of July, come over for birthday cake and all that. We don't want to be bothered with that, man. Right? We don't want to be bothered with that. Okay? So as long as I'm around, as long as you're around your friend that is maybe of the uncircumcised, you should be what? Dropping a jewel on them. Like Christ did. I said he was friends, man, of the sinners, publicans and sinners. Right? We think he was down there sipping drinks with them and toasting it up? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Be around them, he dropping a jewel on them. Okay? Telling them, yo, y'all need to come back. So let's look at Luke. Ben and I talked about that. Luke 7 and 33. We gotta understand how he was operating. Because like I always bring up 1 Corinthians 3:23, we are Mashiachim. We are his brother. Okay? We are Mashiachim. So we have to make sure that we live in according to the way Yah told us to live. Okay? Let's look at Luke.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 7 and verse 33.
All right, hold on. 7 and 33. Read that.
For John the Baptist came neither eating bread nor drinking wine, and ye say, he hath a devil.
Ain't that something? He ain't drinking no wine, he ain't no bread. Automatically, he the devil. Right? That's our people, we good at doing that. We look at somebody, oh yeah, that guy's the devil. That guy got a spirit of devil on him, right? Right, you can't move like that. You don't know the brother. You gotta get, who is he? Who is he? Right? Go ahead.
The Son of Man is come eating and drinking.
Right, Son of Man, he come eating and drinking. Later for that, you read.
And ye say, behold, a gluttonous man.
Right, a gluttonous man. What's a gluttonous man? Man who likes to eat all the time, overeating. You see those people like morbidly obese or super obese. People have underlying issues, you know what I mean? But the issue that is saying that they have is the gluttony. They love to eat. They're using that as a metaphor. It's really not about eating. It's really about desiring to have everything. The people that have this gluttony spirit on them, they desire to have everything and they never satisfy. That's our people. They never satisfy. You buy them a car, it's not big enough. You buy them a house, it's not big enough. Right? You get them a woman, it's not big enough. Right? They want big house, big car, big woman. They want everything. Right? But they desire to have everything. That's that gluttony spirit. Really, a lot of times Esau like to use it as you being fat. Like eating all the time. And yes, it's part of it. Eating. But eating and drinking, you overeating, you over drinking. But what you gotta look deeper than that. It's not just about the food, it's about the spirit. Because people that have problems in gluttony, they desire to have everything and they never satisfy. You get them a nice car, you get they go and buy a nice car like a Range Rover. You looking at the Range Rover, that's a nice ride right there. Right? They say, yeah, but you know, I really want that G-Wagon. You know what I mean? Right? You know, I really want that McLaren. You know, I really want that Lamborghini. I really want this Porsche, you know, 911. I got to have this one, turbo. They're always desiring to have more. It's a gluttony. It's a spirit, the desire to have more. He said, they said that the Son of Man cometh eating and drinking, and ye say, behold, gluttonous man, and a what? And a wine bibber. They see him drinking wine, his eyes is red, he's a drunk. You call the Son of God a drunk. How dare you? Didn't we just talk about people gang singing against Moses? Now you gang singing against the one of the anointed Savior. Okay? Go ahead.
Behold, a gluttonous man and a winebibber, a friend of the publicans and sinners.
He said a friend of who?
Of the publicans and sinners.
Who the publicans was? These are people that are tax collectors. Right? These people that go and drape you up and give you, knock on your door and give me that money, give me that money. Come up there. Render unto Caesar that is Caesar's. Right? Give me that bread. And he said the sinners, he out there with the dope man. He out there with Day now. You know what I mean? With the drug dealers. He out there with the prostitutes walking up and down the street. I was trying right there in the midst of them. Yo, come here. When you don't come off this street, come back and serve the Father. Dropping jewels on them. Right? What he told that woman at the well? Thou hast well said you have 5 husbands. And the husband you have now is not your husband. He dropping a jewel on her. She was a sinner. He was dropping a jewel on her, telling her, yo, you need to come back to the Father, man. This is not the way of life for you. Okay? So even our Lord and Savior, he said he was a friend of the publicans and sinners. So even though we may have friends in the world that may be wicked and they may be living some evil life, that doesn't stop us from being around them. But what the scriptures tell us, mind the time we be around them. We're not chilling and toasting it up and getting twisted with them and using their language. No, that's not the spirit. We go along, hey, nigga, that brother there, yeah, you know, he always talking about God, yeah. Yeah, hey, how you doing, man? Well, you know, it's all good with y'all. And you drop a jewel on them and try to get them to repent and come back. Okay? Because, you know, that's why we're there, to wake the people up. Okay? So, read 35.
Verse 35. But wisdom is justified of all her children.
Right, so drop that. Let me get, let's get, Deuteronomy. Let's look at Deuteronomy. So Yahushua was dropping jewels on them, man. Even though they called him a drunk and gluttony, right? Say all he was doing was eating and drinking and running around. Okay? So we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 13 and 6. Okay, let's look at that.
God.
Look at Deuteronomy 13 verse 6. I'm talking about being a friend. You got to be a friend to your brother, man. Be honest with him. You got to be honest with him, your brother. Okay? That's what we have to do. Our friendship must be governed by the commandments of God. I'm going to keep saying that. Our friendship must be governed by the commandments of God. Okay? If you see your friend going off, you see your friend want to do something crazy, okay? Or follow after some woman, or follow after some doctrine, yo, you gotta tell him, you gotta rebuke him and tell him no. What does scripture say? Rebuke is better than secret love, right? Open rebuke is better than secret love. So it's better you just say, yo, you're going to hell off, and you need to not do that, than to you to hold back your rebuke and say, well, you know, I love my friend, I don't want to embarrass him like that, you know. The open rebuke is better than secret love. So we gotta be honest with each other. Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13 and verse 6.
Okay, go ahead.
If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or wife of thy bosom, or thy friend,
Or thy who?
or thy friend.
Now we talking about friend, but you know the Most High, He ain't leaving nothing out. He said the son of your father, your brother, your sister, your mother. He including everybody. Because you know Israel found a loophole somewhere where you didn't mention about my late cousin, right?
Yeah.
My third cousin generation and all that. Nah. Most High said, he said, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or the son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, read on, or thy friend, read,
Or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying,
right?
let us go and serve other gods,
Uh-huh.
which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers,
Mm-hmm.
namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from one end to the earth, even unto the other end of the earth.
Right?
Thou shalt not consent unto him.
Read it again. Thou shalt not what?
Thou shalt not consent unto him.
Right, he telling you, hey, let's go over here, let's deal with these brothers over here, because they teaching the truth over here. You're not learning nothing over here. What? We getting wisdom, knowledge, understanding right here. Where you going, brother? Right? I want to go over here. They talking about the wood. They talking about the stone. They talking about this. You know what I mean? We got to go deep back to the black man, the dark man, the dark man. What? You're like, what are they talking about? What are you going about? The first man. What are you talking about? All right? So, you know, they start to get these doctrines. They want to be indoctrinated and deal with other gods. He said, but thou shalt not consent. That is a direct commandment for you not to go with your brother or your sister or your whatever family member that is trying to entice you to do these things. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him.
Right.
Neither shalt thou nigh pity him.
Right.
Neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him.
Right. So that means, you know, you shouldn't pity him. You shouldn't like, damn, man, I feel bad for you. No, I don't feel bad for you. Going off. Don't pity him. Don't conceal him. Don't like, oh, I ain't gonna say to nobody. Shh. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You need to not do that. Go ahead. What he said to do?
But thou shalt surely kill him.
Oh my gosh, so rough. The Most High said, take him out. Read. Why he say that?
Thou shalt surely kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people.
So now you going off. You going to start going to commit sin. You start going commit some sort of idolatry, dealing with some other guy. And Yahweh said, yo, who was first to put his hands on him? His friend. And what kind of friend is that? That's a serious friend. He said, listen, don't go there. Don't go there, because I have to put you to death. I'm like, what? You're supposed to be my friend, but I'm not going to let you go to hell off.
Yeah.
Right? He said, your friend should be the first one to put hands on you. Right? You should be the first one with that stone like this. Where you going at? You going to hell off. Right? So, your friend that's right next to you, the one you confide in, you talk to, and you tell him all your secrets and everything. Soon as you start going to hell off, doing crazy stuff, you're looking at you like, I'm going to put you down, brother. Right? During the time of Moses, people, hey, they had their own friend, closest friend. You going where? To the Amorites. They stone you, and then what? What happens after your friend stone you? He says, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first. Your best friend is going to be the first one that bust you upside your head with that stone to put him to death. And afterwards, the hand of all the people. Then everybody starts saying, what are you doing? That's your friend. He going off. All right, we got him. That's crazy. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 10.
And
thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die.
Right.
Because he has sought to thrust thee away from the Most High thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
Right. So what he did say, because the reason why you are the one to put him first, put your hands on, because you're the first witness. You are the one to say, yo, you going up and you put him down. And then all the people would do it because the Most High said, why? His sin is that what? He's trying to get you to leave Yah. Right? So that's why that's why the Most High has said that rebuke your friend. You know what I mean? Or open rebuke is better than secret love. Because it's better to just say, yo, man, you're going off, man. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because what's going to happen is you're going to receive the judgment of it. Okay? So, read on.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And all Israel shall hear and fear,
Uh-huh.
and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you.
Right. So all Israel will hear, and then what? It won't spread. That's the whole purpose also too. That the judgment that be put to death. Now another man won't step up and say, I want to go over here and do this. I want to serve this God. Another man won't tell his friend that. You know what I mean? They'll only serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because they know if they did anything other than that, that they'll be put to death. Period. Okay? So, and be first by their best friend. Okay? So, with that being said, that's why we rebuke one another. Let's get that rebuke. Let's get that. Let's get that rebuke. Okay. All right, let's get Proverbs 24 and 25, and then Proverbs 27 and 5. Proverbs 24 and 25. Let's look at that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 25.
Okay.
But to them that rebuke him, shall be delight.
Right.
And a good blessing shall come upon them.
Right. So, but to them that rebuke him shall be delight. We shall be in delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. So when you rebuke somebody, when you give them that hard correction, right, the blessing comes on you because you saw something that was wrong and you corrected it. And you corrected the person. You gave them the right counsel and told them not to do that, not to go there. Get 27 now. I got the call before. And 5.
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Right. So like I mentioned earlier, open rebuke is better than secret love. It's better you rebuke your friend and tell him, yo, this thing is off, man. You can't do this. This is not the will of Yah. Okay? So, we can't have this secret love, man. Unfortunately, it's going to bring us to sin, and sin will bring us to death. Okay? So let's look at Ephesians. Hold on. Yeah, let's look at Ephesians. I think we were just there. Let's look at Ephesians 4 and 20. Let's get Job 2 and 11. Let's go there. You don't have to get Ephesians. Get Job 2 and 11.
This is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Now, when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him,
Right. What happened?
they came every one from his own place.
Mm-hmm.
Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naphmathite,
Mm-hmm.
for they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him.
Right. So you see, when Job was going through this thing, his tribulation, things was happening to him, evil came upon him. What happened? His friends came to him and said, "Yo, we're gonna be here. We're gonna mourn with you. We're gonna go through this with you." This is showing themselves to be friendly, showing themselves to be a brother to one another. Go ahead.
Come, verse 12. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept.
Uh-huh.
And they rent every one his mantle and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven.
Right. They were lamenting. You know what I mean? They were mourning with the brother. They were praying to the Most High to get him through this thing. Okay. And they came together and they did it with one another. Right. You know, later on, you know, the scriptures say, "Rent your heart, not your garment." Back then, this is what we did when the time when trouble came and we wanted the Most High to take us out of the situation. We would pour the ash on our head and rent our clothes, right? So they came up there and they sat down with him, and they sprinkled dust upon their heads toward what? Toward heaven. They faced the east, and they looked up, and they asked the Most High to come and relieve us of this tribulation that our friend is going through, and all of us that are going through it with him. Read on.
So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days.
How many days?
7 days.
Read.
And 7 nights.
Right.
And none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great.
Right. So at this point, they didn't even forget about it. There's nothing to talk about right now. Just a lot of fasting and praying to the Most High to come and pretty much be there and relieve him of this tribulation, this persecution that he was going through. Okay, these guys are real friends, man. Some situation like that happens, can't just jump up and be like, boom, I gotta get over there to my officer, he's going through something right now, I gotta be there with him. And you be there and ride this thing out. That's showing yourself as being a friend. Okay, you showing yourself as being more than a friend. He said, what is it, Proverbs 18:24? He said that you show yourself friendly and that you'll be closer than a brother. Right? Being there with him 7 days and 7 nights, and they didn't speak a word to him. You know what I mean? They just prayed to the Most High. They were lamenting. They rent their clothes, ash upon their face. They prayed and fasted to the Most High to help them get through this thing. That's showing yourself as being a friend. That's very important. Give me Sirach 37:12. Turn right to it. Hallelujah. Right? So, you know, when you have these things going on, Israel, in your life, certain things happen. You know, sometimes people, their parents may pass or grandparents may pass. It may be something that the person may not be able to, you know, physically deal with. They were very close to them. You know, you should be there for your friends. If you're a friend of this person, you should find yourself to be there with them. As Job, friends were there with him 7 days and 7 nights, going through all these different things, the tribulation that he was going through. They stayed with him and prayed with him. Okay, because what did we read in Ecclesiastes? You know, 2 is better than 1. Okay, and he had many friends. How many friends he had there? Now when Job's 3 friends heard, so it was 3 of them there with them, right? So, and they went there and they lamented with him. You know, these guys were very close and they stayed there with him. That's why it's always good that you should always be a friend to your find yourself to be friendly so that you can have friends. That way when something happened, somebody's there to pick you up. Right? Read that. Sirach 37 verse 12.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12.
Read.
but be continually with a godly man.
Right, so we know the word godly, we read it, you know, there's a lot of gods, but we know it's talking about a righteous man, right? So it says, be continually with a righteous man, read.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Most High.
Right, so you know that righteous man, he's going to keep the commandments of God, read on.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
So his mind is according to your mind, you keeping the commandments, read on.
And will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right, so if something happened to you, he's going to sorrow with you, just like Job's 3 friends came up there and they sat with him and they sorrow with him. Because why? Because he miscarried at this particular time. He's going through tribulation, okay? Satan is after him in his flesh, got the boils all over his body and his skin, okay? They're there with him to go through those things 7 days and 7 nights. These people are his friends. These are the friends that you need, okay? Not those friends that want to be friends around you when you got wealth, okay? You can drop that out. Let's get James 4:4. Okay. Because not only we gotta find ourselves be friends with our neighbor, but what? We have to be friends with the Most High. How we be friends with the Most High?
God.
By doing His will. But if we don't do His will and we do our own thing, well, then that's not going to turn out good for us. Okay. Go ahead.
This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Right.
Know
Ye adulterers and adulteress. Read on.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Right. The friendship of the world is what? Enmity with the Most High. That means you become an enemy of the Most High because you love the world. That's why he addressed the adulterers. He said, ye adulterers and adulteress. So even if you are an adulteress, meaning that, you know, the man comes and he see that you're married and you go and sleep with him. I mean, he go and sleep with you, knowing that you're married to a husband. So now he's the adulterer and you are the adulteress, male and female. Y'all both going at it, okay? He said, what? Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? You're an enemy of God. Because these are the things, why are you saying that? These are the things that the people in the world do. You know the woman is married to a husband. She has a husband. Leave that woman alone. Scriptures talk about that. You know, you should be sitting at the bar with another man's wife sipping. That's why it's not good to go out to like a club or anything like that. Because you be out there, you be sitting out there drinking and hanging out. You talking to somebody the whole time. The whole time you're sitting up there drinking wine and she got a husband. You don't know that. She's not going to tell you that. You're sitting up there and you say, hey, how you doing? Hey, what you drinking? Oh, I got a rum and coke. Want another one? Yeah. Yo, get a rum and coke. Now you got a drink. She drinking, you drinking. You toast with each other. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Right? And you're talking and conversating, and she probably won't even tell you she have a husband. Especially if things are not going right at home. You know what I mean? Things, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter what it is. Something's going on at home, and she's uncomfortable, and now you're giving her that attention that she wants, that she desires. And you're sitting up there, you're having drinks. It can lead one thing to another, and the next thing you know, you wind up, you know, being intimate with the woman. A lot of people, you know, this has happened to. The Most High said, you adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with you? What is enmity? You are enemy of the Most High. Read on.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world.
You're a friend of the world. You're okay with adultery. You're okay with shrimp, ham, pork, and lobster. You're okay with breaking the commandments. You don't care anything about that. You're a friend of the world. Read.
Is the enemy of the Most High.
You are enemy of the Most High. Go ahead.
Do you think that the scripture saith in vain?
He said, don't you think the scripture is saying in vain? Go ahead.
The spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy.
Right. Lusteth to envy. What is lust? to desire something that you cannot have. That's the man's wife. You can't have that. So that's the spirit of lust. Okay? So, you know, we have to remember that what? We should not be lusting. Lusting is another word also for covet. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's what? House, his wife, his manservant, his maidservant, his ox, or his donkey. Nor anything that is thy neighbor's. When we go into the commandment, right? So the lust something is to desire something you cannot have. Okay? A lot of women today think that they don't lust. I don't lust. That's for men. Men lust, they looking at women. Right? But women lust when they look at men. Women lust when they think that they can tell a man what he can do and what he cannot do. That's a spirit of lust. Because it is not right for a woman to what? Rule over a man. And if you think you can rule over your man, that is lust. Think about that. You're desiring to do something that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to rule over your husband. You should be in subjection, according to the scripture. We're not going to go there. That's another class. Right? That's another class. But also, yes, that's the spirit of lust. Read.
Verse 6. But he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud,
right?
But giveth grace unto the humble.
Right, the Most High say he resisteth the proud, but what? He give grace to the humble. Those that are going to humble themselves and sincerely serve him. Read on.
Submit yourselves.
Read it again.
Submit yourselves.
Read it again.
Submit yourselves.
Right. So it means submit, means to give authority over. Take low. Submit yourselves onto what?
Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High.
Right. If you submit yourself to the Most High, read.
Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Right. Because if you submit yourself to the Most High, then the devil can't stay with you. He's not going to dwell there. Because he said, yo, this spirit is, nah, I can't do nothing with him. He's with the Most High. So that's what we got to do. We got to submit ourselves. We got to give authority over to the Most High. All right? And that's the problem with our people. You know what I mean? We don't do that. You know, we want to give authority over to everything else but the Most High. Okay? All right, let's finish it up. Let's go to Sirach 6 and verse 5. Let's go into your Apocrypha. If you have the red Apocrypha, we're going into the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 5. We're still talking about having this friendship, you know. If you want to be friends with the Most High, what you got to do? What you got to do if you want to be friends with the Most High?
If you want to be friends with the Most High, keep the commandments.
That's it. It's very simple. If you want to be in good graces with the Most High, be humble and do what? Keep the commandments. Then Yahweh Shai say he laid down his life for his friends.
God.
And if you want to be friendly with him, he said what? Keep the commandments.
God. This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Read.
Sweet language will multiply friends. And a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
Right. So sweet language will multiply friends. You know, you like to say sweet things and you say nice things. People like you well spoken. Okay, you're gonna have people around you, right? He said, and fair speaking tongue, right, will increase kind greetings. Read on.
Verse 6. Be in peace with many.
Right.
Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
Right. So be at peace with many. But what if you have a counselor, have one out of 1,000, meaning that you going through an issue, you counsel with this person that you look up to that has a lot of wisdom, eldership, or one of the leaders, and you go to him and you speak to him about your issue you're having and seek counsel, right? And then you speak to him and him only. Don't go speak to him, go speak to her, don't go speak to those three over here. Speak to that one person, get that wisdom from him. Okay, go ahead.
If thou wouldest get a friend.
Okay, this is the one right here. Go ahead.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Right? He said, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. See if he's really going to be your friend. Go ahead.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Right. Don't be like automatically, oh, this is my dog. This is my best friend. They said, well, how long you known him? Well, I known him, I met him last year, October. So 7, 8 months? They're already your best friend? Man, that's quick. Moses said, what? Don't credit him. He said, what? Read again.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Right, be not hasty to credit him. So you got to prove this friend, man. Might claim it to be your friend. That's the same thing when you meet a woman. You know, I have people, different women and stuff that I talk to. But you got to, what? If they're your friend, oh yeah, we friends. Yeah, all right. We'll see. We'll see if we friends, because I can't credit you now and say you my friend, because I don't know you long enough. I have to know you long enough, right? It's like a man looking for a wife. You looking for a wife? What does Scripture say? Prove a friend. Because before this woman becomes your wife, you got to know if you could be friends with her. Think about that for a minute. Can you imagine marrying somebody and you could say, you know what? If I wasn't married to you, I wouldn't even be your friend. I've seen that. I've seen this thing go down. You know? When somebody would actually say, you know what? If I'm married to you and you my wife, but if you weren't my wife, I wouldn't even be your friend, because you jacked up. I see the way you do your friends. I wouldn't want to be your friend. Okay? So what we got to do, we got to prove that person. Okay? See if the person is friendly. See if they could be your friend. Go ahead. Read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Right?
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Right. He was there for whatever is comfortable for him to be around you. Okay? Except when something go down, then all of a sudden you can't get him on the phone. Go ahead.
And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
All right. Go ahead.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Right. He a companion at the table. He'll sit up there and boast about you, how good a friend you are and everything. Right? Around amongst everyone else. Oh man, this guy's the best. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when time goes hard on you, you can't even get him on the phone. You get the answer machine. Boop. You right? Can't talk to you right now. You know, I'm at work. I'm in a meeting. Call you later. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servant.
Right. He be up there telling people around you and your prosperity. Meaning that, like what I was just saying, when you get this bread, you're sitting on bread right now. Hold on, don't touch the. Don't you talk about my boy right there. That's my dog. You know what I mean? Be talking to your friends and people all around. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do? Yo, what we rolling with? We rolling over here. Let's go. We ain't got time. Y'all chill. Leave my boy alone. You know what I mean? Everything's good when you got the bread. But when that money run out and you drain broke, then that cat is like, who is this fella? Right? As the scripture said, you know, the rich have many friends, but the poor neighbor, the neighbor separate from it. So we got to, go ahead, we got to be there thick and thin, man. Go ahead.
Verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
Oh, you see that? If thou brought low, he said, what? Thou be going to be against thee. That cat is wicked, man. He had all that money. I told him, give me some money. And what? Look at it. He went broke. Good for him. Go ahead.
If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face.
Read.
Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends.
Right. So separate thyself from thy enemies. These people are not your friend. They're your enemy. Right? They're only there in the comfort of things when it's going well. But when things get thick or things get bad, next thing you know, they don't know you. They're speaking bad about you. They talk behind your back. Oh, this guy's a fool. He's this, he's that. Go ahead.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Read that again.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Read it one more time.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Read.
And he that hath found such as one hath found a treasure.
Right. These are the treasures you need to stack and have a faithful friend. You have found such one that you have found treasure. You have that faithful friend. Don't turn your back on him. Don't do no evil to him. Be a friend to him. Do everything for him, because you found a treasure. That's that. The Most High says, stack your treasures in heaven. That's your brother from heaven. You know what I mean? So you need to hold tight. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Okay.
Nothing doeth contravail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable.
Right. So his excellency is your friend. He's there for you, ups and downs, poor, broke, rich, wealthy. He's there still with you. Okay, read on.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life.
A faithful friend is what?
The medicine of life.
You know why I say medicine of life? Because when you're going through something that's really bad, and you could really talk to him about something that's so intimate that you would never talk to nobody else about, right? He can be there and give you instruction if you have wisdom, and help you through this tough time. Okay? Help you through whatever it is that you're going through. Okay? He'll be there for you. And it'll be the medicine of life, because you could be stressed and worn out, and he can just give you some wisdom that can uplift you just that fast. It will make you feel like you've been lifted off your feet, because he didn't just by saying something, just by giving you the instruction, just by hearing you out. He could be that medicine of life. Go ahead.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life.
Right.
And they that fear the Most High shall find him.
Right. You see that? They that fear the Most High is going to find that kind of friend. Because once you get that kind of friend, you should never let him go. No matter what. No matter, people are going to put obstacles in your way and try to get between your friendship. It's Satan trying to do it. Get between your friendship. No wife, no other children, no cousin, no friend. Nobody else will come in between that friendship between you and that brother right there, or sister and sister. Nothing should come in between it, because that friendship is being governed by the commandments of God and Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Whoso feareth the Most High shall direct his friendship aright.
Read that again.
Whoso feareth the Most High shall direct his friendship aright.
See that? Whoso feareth the Most High, just said it, shall direct his friendship aright. So you have a friendship, a biblical friendship, then you know what? The Most High is going to be there to do what? Whoso feareth the Most High shall direct his friendship. Y'all be friends forever until one of you take your last breath. And that's the way it should be, okay? Go ahead.
For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Right, so as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So he's going to be there, and you know what? If he finds something that is worthy to move in that direction, say, hey, yo, I got this business I'm going to start, and you know what? I'm going to come to my closest friend, and I'm going to say, yo, I want you, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good move, and both of y'all move together in the spirit, and both of you take off. Just to make mention of something, it's two guys that have been friends for a long time. Now, I don't know if their friendship is governed by the commandments of God. It could be. I don't know. But these two guys, they're both truck drivers. Right? They're over-the-road truck drivers, OTR. What they did is they created a business for the homeless. Right? And they bought a trailer, the trailer, 18-wheeler trailer, and they remodeled it on the inside. Okay? And it's for the homeless. They could come there and get a meal, and they can go inside and take a shower. Ain't that something? Right here, right in Palm Beach, these brothers come out of. They were brothers. They were close friends for a long time, and they drive in OTR, over the road tractor trailer, and they decided to go in on it and go pitch the money in to go build this trailer, and they're gonna and they built it for people to come homeless. They could come in and take a shower and change their clothes or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And they're not charging them anything. So this is something that they're doing as a charity. The scripture said charity covered a multitude of sin. Okay? So that's something. So at the end of the video, maybe possibly you can look it up and put that video as a clip, something you could put on there, something that somebody could look up when you get a chance. So, I mean, these are the things that we talk about as being a friend. Whosoever fear the Most High shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So these are the attributes of being part of a biblical friendship. Okay, last and maybe almost last verse. Let's stay in Sirach. Let's get the 9th chapter. Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Chapter 9, verse 10.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Read.
Forsake not an old friend.
Read it again.
Forsake not an old friend.
Read.
For the new is not comparable to him.
Right, so the new is not comparable to him. Forsake not the old friend. Read.
A new friend is as a new wine.
Mm-hmm.
When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure.
You see that? When a new, right, when it said that, it said a new friend is as new wine. Right? When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. Why is it saying that? Because when it ages, you already proved it already. You already went through some things. You spoke. You got to know him. You know what I mean? It becomes more, what it is, it becomes more valuable. Like when we talk about the Johnny Walker, the Blue Label, because it's over 20-something years old, right? When they first made it, and mixed it as a blended scotch. They mix it together, they put it in different barrels, and they keep it for over 27, 30 years. And that's why when you go in to buy it, it's so many hundreds of dollars when you go and purchase it, because now it's what? It's age, it's valuable now. So your friendship through time is valuable, it's priceless. So the last thing you want to do is do anything to destroy that friendship. Okay? So, with that being said, let's go back to Proverbs 18 and 24. Let's look at that one last time. Okay? There's many other scriptures we could have went into. Trust me when I tell you, there's many more. But we just touched on basic scriptures, you know, because that's what this is. Bible, the acronym is say basic knowledge before leaving earth, but I like to say it's best knowledge before leaving earth. It's basic, but it's best knowledge before leaving earth, because this is the best knowledge you can get. There's no other education that comes higher than this. Okay, there's education that Esau gives you, and you may get a master's degree, may get a doctorate degree, and you go out there, you may earn 6 figures. Well, you're going to earn 6 figures and burn in a lake of fire. Right? I'd rather just stay at my 5 figures and call it a day. You know what I mean? And live a peaceful life and prosperous, you know, and raising up the children of Israel and bringing them back to the Most High, as the Most High prescribed us to do in Isaiah 49 and 5. Okay? That we go out and teach the people and compel them to come in. So this is very important. So, with that being said, let's read Proverbs 18:24 again.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 24. Mm-hmm. A man that hath friends, right, must show himself friendly. Right. So in order for you to have a friend, again, you must be friendly, man. You can't be like, I'm a loner, I'm by myself, I don't have friends. You don't have friends. You need to correct yourself. Right? If you don't have friends, something is wrong. Because we all should be friends, especially in these last days, with all the things that's happening, with the gas prices up high and all the tribulation that's going on to our people getting gunned down. We need to be friends with each other. Okay? So the man that have friends must show himself friendly. Read. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Right, and there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. There's some friends out there that you never look at them and saying, yo, that's my friend. I say that's my brother. Because, you know, I know that, you know, he would damn near lay his life down to save my life. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, what greater love is that than Yahweh Shai said, that a man lay down his life for his friend? What greater love is that? It's no greater love than that. So with that being said, you know, biblical friendship, your friendship must be governed by the commandments of God. Okay? We have to remember that, you know, if we obey the Most High and keep His commandments, that He'll put that friend
in our life, and he said it will be like a treasure. It will be valuable. It's like we read here, but it said that it'll be like he said when it gets old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure, because it'll be valuable. You have already gone through some time and got to know each other and say, you know what, this is my closest friend. This is what it is. Okay. With that being said, I'm the Elder Minister Marshall, and to my left,
Officer Ariala.
right, we're gonna sign out. It's after 12 o'clock midnight. Okay, late night scriptures with the Elder Minister and the Officer Ariala. We're gonna come. We're gonna be at you at later at night. We're gonna be out there bringing the scriptures out. If you want to see our videos, just like, subscribe, support the troops, support the Cash App, give generously, give generously. With that being said, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hallelujah.
Let's get it poppin', it's the Prophet Zamar, LOZ soldier, and Yahweh told me, wake up my people, it's almost over. In the synagogue